Hello there everyone, Aiden here from Push Square, and today I'm here to talk about the PSVR 2. Initial impressions are out in the wild as a bunch of different outlets were invited to PlayStation to have a hands-on experience. You know, maybe our invitation got lost in the post, but whatever, we are here to talk about those impressions. What have people been saying about this thing? Is it a worthy upgrade? Are the features really worth talking about? Are the games actually any good? We're here to talk about all of that today. Now, I have been watching a variety of these first impressions videos, and I've gathered a bunch of key details that we can take from the PSVR 2, which of course isn't due to arrive until sometime in 2023. First off, of course, we already know this, it's got a far sleeker design, it's a more unified look, it's tying in a lot more with the PlayStation 5 design, especially with the black and white. Overall, I really like the look of this thing. It's not too unfamiliar, but it does have a more futuristic and sleeker look to it. Of course, design-wise, you've still got the button in the back with the strap to make it easy to put on and off. You've got the little tightening twister to tighten it. For some reason, the name of that thing is escaping me at this moment. A new feature, I believe, at least I don't remember it being on the PSVR, we have the focus roller, which will be a nice addition to help you find that perfect distance and spacing for your eyes. Of course, we're still having the distance changer, which means we'll be able to fit the headset a lot easier, but also give us the right distance from our eyes, especially if you're a glasses wearer like me. It means there's more space there for you, it can make it a lot more comfortable. However, something I'd be really keen to see is whether it will impact the heat that gets in with your glasses if you're playing. Will there still be a lot of steaming up? I'd imagine so. I don't think this is something they'll be able to tackle too much, especially if you're playing these very heated activity-based games. But anyway, little design changes we have are the power button moving from the wire onto the actual visor. It's directly in the middle on the underside. This is so much better. I had not a nightmare, but it really annoyed me trying to find that thing, just pulling the wire to get to the button and push it on or off. This just feels so much easier, just a click of the button and we're on or we're off. In addition, we also have a different button which will actually allow us to see through the headset, because the visor now has 4 different cameras on the front. Now primarily this is going to be used to mark your play space, which is a very similar feature to that of the Meta Quest 2. But now of course, if someone walks in or something is happening, you can just push this button, which is right next to the power button, and you're able to see straight through your visor, see what's going on. Of course it's in black and white, but it's better to see than having to take all of this off for nothing. Now the playing experience is definitely going to be where the biggest differences are felt. We're getting a 2000 by 2040 resolution on each eye. These are OLED panels, and the refresh rate ranges from 90 to 120 Hz, so that is crazy defined resolution and super smooth gameplay. The resolution is actually the best you will find in any mainline VR headset for the time being, so that is going to be a big selling point, because VR, of course, it can be quite fuzzy depending on the visor. Of course, the original PSVR could be really fuzzy on time. Of course, it was limited by the tech, but this is going to be a major step up. I'm really excited to try out those OLED panels. Now, of course, we are also going to be getting haptics on the controller and the visor. That also includes adaptive triggers on the controllers, very much similar to the DualSense controller. These are said to be subtle immersion boosters more than anything else, but the strength and the severity seems to differ and vary depending on the games, at least according to the people that were playing them. This is very much the case on PlayStation 5 games as well. Things like Ratchet & Clank or Returnal or The Last of Us Part 1 have far better implemented haptic feedback than another third-party game. Now, looking at those controllers, anyone that had the PSVR just gets giddy looking at these things. The original PSVR motion controllers were just the PS3 Move controllers, so this is going to be a 2-time generational jump up to these new haptic feedback controllers. They've got this nice curved design going over the top of your hand. On each controller we've got an analog stick, 2 of either the square and triangle or X and circle buttons, a PlayStation home button, an options button, and then of course R2 and L2 for triggers, and L1 and R1. Now the L1 and R1 buttons is where I actually saw a couple of complaints. Unlike, I believe it's the HTC Vive, we have to actually physically push these buttons to grab things, whereas the Vive has a more touch-based, like touchscreen-based grip, where you just have to lightly put your hands over it and it will activate as a grab within game. This just means if you're playing something where you're holding a gun or whatever for a very long amount of time, it might get a bit sore in the hands. However, overall this is definitely a step up. It is leaps ahead in some areas, but we're getting revisions in others, which I think is a really nice combination of the two. The games seem to be there for now at least. We've got Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village, we know that Firewall Ultra is coming, Demeo, the new Star Wars ported VR game, a lot of different stuff, but it's going to be a much stronger launch, I'd imagine, than the PlayStation 4 one. On a personal note, I was a little disappointed with the audio setup of the PSVR 2. There are no speakers built into the headset like the MetaQuest 2, and I felt like with the MetaQuest it makes all of the difference. It just feels a lot more lightweight, you can just concentrate on the game more, you're less aware of the fact that you're wearing a hunk of plastic on your head. I know that's not going to be a big deal for a lot of you, and I will be wearing headphones when playing games like Horizon or Resident Evil Village, but it just would have been nice to have that option. Price is a big questioning point because of course back when the PlayStation VR launched initially we were talking $399, I believe around £350 here in the UK. I would imagine that we're going to see a bit of a bump with this new headset. Sony may take the hit and try to get more people in with a cheaper price, but considering that it just increased the price of the PlayStation 5, I do not have much hope for that. I would expect maybe around the $450 to $500 range. I'd expect maybe that we would be matching the PlayStation 5's price. I don't imagine that it would go beyond that. That seems like a business mistake in my eyes. Of course, I don't have a business degree, so what do I know? But I definitely feel like going beyond the price of the PlayStation 5 could be a mistake. I reckon we'll be getting just around the same, if not matching that price. But overall, it seems like a really nice and exciting bit of tech. You can let me know down below in the comments what you're thinking of this thing. Is it going to be something that you pick up on day one, or is it something that you'll hold off for a bit? Wait for the price to go down, maybe see what people are thinking about it, wait till the library boosts up a bit. And I would be keen to know, what kind of price would you be happy paying for this thing? Is $500 too much? What would be the happy medium for you? Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and as always remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you right back here on Push Square.